Good afternoon from AlphaCars. My name is Tom, coming to you from our Northampton location, and today I'm very excited to share with you this 2011 Mercedes-Benz SL550. This SL is currently showing just under 20,000 original miles, and if you would like to see a high-resolution detailed photo set, please reference the listing at alphacars.com. There, of course, you will also find a free included Carfax report, alongside a long list of technical data related to the vehicle's remaining tire and brake life, as well as individual readings from each panel using our paint depth gauge. But today I'll be taking you on a quick condition overview around both the interior and the exterior of the SL550, as well as showing you some of its more interesting features. Now, starting here on the exterior, you'll find it finished in a stunning metallic silver paint that I think just is perfect for this vehicle. Wonderful condition as we look across the hood. Lots of these really dramatic body lines get highlighted with that dramatic metallic effect in the paint. And as you can see, despite the lack of direct sunlight, we have a nice glossy quality to the paint. Clearly has held up very well over these only 20,000 miles so far on the road. You have these beautiful louvers here at the end of the hood, a iconic styling trait of the SL. You do have a couple small chips just there, but pretty hard to notice in the grand scheme. Now, as usual, I'll take you really close to the bodywork to highlight any dings, dents, or scratches. If this appears to be a scratch, it's only just a drip line from washing the vehicle just recently. But as we make our way back on the vehicle, it all looks extremely clean, not a single blemish as we make our way down the driver's side. Looking here at the wheels, absolutely stunning AMG 5-spoke design. I love the two-tone silver. You have kind of a satin silver on the interior of the spoke and that beautiful machined finish on the outer face. It looks great, 19-inch wheels with just enough tire to still give you a nice supple ride, but also deliver some sporty handling characteristics. Same goes here for the front. And here at the front, you can see those beautiful drilled rotors with the silver Mercedes brake calipers to match. Now, looking here at the front fascia, I absolutely love this era of the SL class. So in about 2008 into 2009, Mercedes redesigned the front end of the SL away from that 4 headlight, kind of bubbly headlight that you may have be used to seeing. Here you have this much more aggressive angular headlight, and you can see they're in perfect condition, absolutely no blemishes in these headlight lenses. And I think it really cleaned up the front end and modernized it in a way that's truly timeless. I don't think this front end will age for some time, especially not this one, because we can see there's no imperfections to note here at the front. Not a single paint chip. You can see a small scuff just there. I may have misspoken, but however, still not a single issue really to note on the main portion of the front where you're used to seeing problems. It all looks great. Now we move on here to the passenger side. Again, another wheel in excellent condition. Making our way down the side of the vehicle yet again. Looking for any dings at all. Nothing to be found as we make our way to the rear of the vehicle. And lastly, a wheel in perfect condition as we've seen on the other three. Looking here at the trunk lid, massive surface area here. Again, a great place to see the condition of the paint. It all looks great, though you do have a very, very small scuff just there. But otherwise, excellent condition. Looking here at the back, I always loved those very angular, sort of off triangle taillights. I'm glad they kept those from the previous styling iteration on the SL. And you can see, flanking the bumper, you do have 2 beautiful chrome exhaust tips. Now, I did start the video with the roof down because I think that's the way Mercedes wants you to have your first impression with the SL. It really looks like it is supposed to have its roof down. A couple of interesting touches here. You can see when I pull up on this windscreen, it's going to provide a little bit of protection from the buffeting and all of the wind chaos that can be caused at speed in a convertible. But Mercedes wants to ensure that you have the most relaxing time possible in their SL. So let me grab the key here. I'm gonna fire it up, wasting no time. You can hear that V8 roar to life, sounds fantastic. Nice solid thunk when we close the door. You'll find no strange warning lights to report there in the gauge cluster. As you can see, all looks great, just under 20,000 miles. Looking at the dashboard here, around the gauge cluster, first off, you have that beautiful double stitching with that contrasted color. Absolutely lovely. Looking across the dashboard, free of any cracks or splits. It's aged beautifully. Same goes for your vents here in the center, your stitching around your airbag. Door cards are beautifully appointed as well, with some more of that double stitched leather and some wood grain trim to add a little bit of color. And you'll find that matched here on the steering wheel. And I love this center airbag cover. I've been in other Mercedes models where it has kind of a hard plastic version of this same shape, and it is so much nicer to feel this leather all soft right there. It feels fantastic. You have these nice gear selector paddles here that have a nice click as you change gear. Looking here, just down the center console, of course, you have all of your controls surrounding your screen. They are all in perfect condition. Screen is in great shape as well, not all scratched up like you'll see on many other options. As I deploy these cup holders below, you'll see they might need a little help because they haven't been used much, but you can see they deploy perfectly fine and then also stow away without any problems, which again can be unusual to see. Sometimes you see these things springing out unexpectedly. Looking here at your climate controls, I'll move the vehicle into neutral so you can see better. They're all in great shape as well, not a single scuff or mark. Just in this storage area you have a small tray there and a lighter / power outlet. Here on top of the gear selector we have the engine start stop switch. Pardon me, I did put the key in the dash, but so long as the key is in your pocket, you can fire it off using this almost Top Gun style joystick press on top of the gear selector. Looking just here, you do have your suspension raise and lower controls, which is great for getting over random obstacles that you may need to. You have your mirror controls in the center and some other general controls there. Now looking just here, we have our roof control. Now if I flip this lid up, you'll find the roll bar deployment, and if I push this button, it easily deploys this beautiful leather wrapped roll bar, which is in excellent condition. And then I'll push this button to lower it right back down. It's silent as well, makes no noise. Now quickly, I'm going to deploy the roof now, because we already saw it with the roof in the lowered position. So just showing you from the interior that this roof does deploy smoothly and extremely quietly. It doesn't come crashing into the windshield frame. And you'll see the rear sets itself down nice and quiet. Windows, you hear them kind of shutter into place. The climate control fires back up because I had it set to max when the roof was up before. But you can see, locks into place nicely. I'm greeted with a beautiful glass roof above my head, so even when you have the roof up, you still have that nice, view of the sky above, and you can easily close up that two-sided screen, and goes the same for retracting it if I knew how. Oh, pardon me, there we go. It's just the two buttons on the side, and it retracts without any problem. That was just user error. And let me just deploy these windows here. And then to operate the rear windows, you just pull them up again, and they all go into place nicely. So before we take a look under the hood really quickly, I did neglect to show you something very important, and that is the condition of our seats. So taking a look here at the seats, absolutely perfect. You can see a little bit of wear there, maybe perfect is a stretch, but beyond that, these seats are showing no issues whatsoever. Look at the beautiful leather all the way across with that double white stitching to contrast. And just here in the neck on the headrest, you'll find what Mercedes refers to as the air scarf. So the air scarf is a wonderful feature in their convertibles that they started putting in around this era, where if I push this button just here, some fans behind the headrest start to blow warm air just through this vent. And let me tell you, when you're driving on a cold night with the top down and the wind blowing around, and you throw on that air scarf, it makes you happy no matter what the temperature outside the vehicle is. It's a fantastic feature that keeps you warm no matter what. But next up, before we take a look at the vehicle with the roof up, let's take a look here under the hood at the powertrain of the SL550. All right, so we're here under the hood of the SL550, taking a look at the beautiful engine bay. Looking around the sides, first off, you can see All of the hardware on the fenders looks great. You don't see any tick marks on that fresh silver paint from them being tampered with or removed. It all looks great there. Taking a look here around the engine bay, you'll see all of the black plastic portions are in fantastic condition, engine running very smoothly. Here we're looking at the 5.5 liter V8 powertrain, delivering 382 horsepower and around 391 pound-feet of torque, which is extremely smooth. The sound is intoxicating, that deep rumble of the V8. You don't have the high price tag and the reliability question marks of an AMG powertrain. This 550 is the perfect balance where you get that V8 experience, but you don't need the 600 horsepower. It really, I think, is the perfect fit in the SL class. I don't think you need it to be an excessive sports car. I think it just needs to deliver that classic Mercedes experience, and this engine absolutely does. And when it's paired with the 7-speed automatic transmission like it is here, absolutely lovely to drive. I've driven many of these, and this one is one of the smoothest that I've been in thus far. So now one thing that you're going to want to see, of course, is the vehicle with the roof up. And that's one thing that's special about the SL, is that most convertibles, you see them with the roof down, wow, it's gorgeous, and then you put the roof up and it looks like it's wearing a baseball cap on top of its head, and it shouldn't be. But taking a look here, I love how the rear portion of that roof really slopes back into the trunk lid. Absolutely stunning. So not only is it a gorgeous vehicle with the roof down, as it should be, but when the roof goes up, there's nothing wrong with that either. You can see here on the top, of course, that glass roof, giving it a nice black roof look, which I think is great, and playing beautifully into the rear glass just the same. The roof is in perfect condition, and now that the roof is up, we can take a better look at the trunk. Now, of course, you can access the trunk with the roof down, and it does this really interesting thing where the roof is stowed just here, and when you open the trunk, it'll actually fold the roof upwards so that you have access to your cargo, and then you can close it back down. But here, now that we have the roof up, I can easily stow away that the roof kind of cradle there, giving me full access to my trunk, which you can see is nice and spacious. And then when it comes time to put the roof back down, I just have to make sure that that is back in place, and we're good to go. One push of a button drops down this entire assembly, and it latches into place nicely. So this is a stunning vehicle. It's really tricky to find an example this clean with this low mileage that we have here. Awesome opportunity to get into what really is the prime of Mercedes convertible sports cruisers. But if you have any further questions, please reference the listing at alphacars.com. There you will find all of the relevant contact information. We hope to hear from you soon. Thank you so much for your time, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you from AlphaCars.